Hello, students, and welcome. This is Jyoti Rajput, and here we are going to start with a new topic that is seasonal management of honeybees. मतलब किस तरीके से हम honeybees का management करते हैं in different seasons. So different seasons जो हैं they all are different from each other. There are variations और ये जो variations है they greatly affect the honeybee colonies. Okay, so जो भी apiculturalists हैं, all the beekeepers, they are able to do the management in all these seasons, and this is how in each season they are able to protect the honeybees, they are able to gather the honey flow, and they are also able to prevent the swarming मतलब हनी बी स्वार्मिंग तब करती हैं वेन एवर देर इज एन अनफेवरेबल कंडीशन में जो है द हनी बीज दे लीव द हाइव दैट इज द स्वार्मिंग. सो दैट इज वाई द एपिकल्चरलिस्ट की जिम्मेदारी बनती है, उनका रोल है कि हनी बीज को जो है अनफेवरेबल क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशंस नहीं फेस केयर करने देना है. सो दिस इज हाउ द मैनेजमेंट इज टू बी डन. सो एक एक करके हमारे एक सीजन के बारे में स्टडी करेंगे. पहला सीजन आता है दैट इज अ रेनी सीजन. एज वी नो रेनी सीजन में जो है देयर इज अ चेंज इन द क्लाइमेटिक पैरामीटर्स. हाई ह्यूमिडिटी होगा, बारिश के सीजन में हमेशा ह्यूमिडिटी हाई हो जाता है, एंड देयर इज ऑल्सो अ चेंज इन द टेम्परेचर. सो इस तरीके से जो हनी बीज हैं वो रेस्टलेस फील करती है, लेथार्जिक फील करती है. इट मीन्स दे बिकम टायर्ड एंड दे कैन ऑल्सो फेस डिजीजेस लाइक द डायसेंट्री. और जो भी हनी है इफ दे आर केप्ट इन अ सेल, सपोज दिस इज द सेल. Okay, this is the cell where the honey it is being kept. इफ द सेल इट इज अनकैप्ड, अगर सेल जो है अनकैप्ड है तो जो हनी इस सेल में जो प्रेजेंट है इट इज गोइंग टू गेट फर्मेंटेड. इसीलिए द सेल इट शुड बी कंप्लीटली कवर्ड, इट शुड बी कैप्ड ताकि फर्मेंटेशन ना हो किसका, हनी का. ओके, एंड देन देर आर सेल्स वेयर द पोलन आर स्टोर्ड, सो दे cause moldy मतलब कि here the fungi can attack the pollen grains. Okay, so that is why here the pollens they should be also kept in a covered cells. Okay, capped cells. Next, जो forager bees हैं, okay, they are unable to go out because of the rainy season. So what management it should be done is we are able to provide the artificial feeding. मतलब कि here we provide them candy, we provide them dry sugar, and instead of pollen we are able to provide fat free soybean flour. And this is how the hive it should be always kept in a place where there is a proper ventilation present, और regular inspection भी जरूरी है. Okay, so that a proper management it could be done. Next, we are going to start with another season that is the winter season. What kind of management is done in the winter season? So we will talk about the winter management. As we know कि जो honeybees हैं they require a kind of a moderate temperature. But if the temperature it raises beyond 33.5 degrees Celsius, so the honeybees they start to cool their nest, and if the temperature it reaches below 10 degrees Celsius, so अब जो है जो honeybees they start to produce heat by muscular movement, और इस दौरान जब वो ज्यादा से ज्यादा हनी खाना स्टार्ट कर देती हैं तो क्या करना चाहिए, the hive it should always be insulated. So इसकी वजह से जो टेम्परेचर वो और रिड्यूस नहीं होगा और वो ज्यादा हनी का कंजप्शन नहीं करेंगी, एंड दिस इज हाउ दे आर एबल टू सेव द एनर्जीज ऑफ द हनी बीज. ओके, और या तो फिर आप एक और ऑप्शन ले सकते हैं. इंसुलेटेड हाइव जो है इट कैन बी डन बाय यूजिंग द गनी बैग्स. सो गनी बैग्स को जो है आपको 6 के 6 साइड से जो है कवर कर देना है. ओके, so ये जो time duration है, it is for about 4 months, November to February, and this is how you will be able to protect the hive. Okay, you will be able to protect the honeybees during the severe cold and frosty morning condition. So the, or in the winter season you can also keep the hive in the sunlight so that the proper temperature it could be maintained. And in the winter season you can also use winter cover so that you can increase the weak colony number. Next, we'll talk about the spring management. After the winter season comes a spring season. So, जैसे ही spring season start होगा, so as we know, there is more number of flowers, more nectar, then more accumulation of the honey. It is going to takes place. So here, there is here the colony should be inspected because the onset of the spring honey flow the bees. So the bees they go all out to rear brood and increase in strength. तो जो चांस होता है स्प्रिंग सीजन में ज्यादा नंबर ऑफ ब्रूड का फॉर्मेशन होगा. ब्रूड का मतलब है देर इज गोइंग टू बी मोर फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द एग लार्वा एंड प्यूपल कंडीशन. दी डेवलपमेंटल स्टेज ज्यादा नजर आएगी. सो हियर द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द कॉलोनी इट डज इंक्रीज इन द स्प्रिंग सीजन. Okay, so more sugar be given and drawn combs can be added next to the brood frame. तो हमको और भी frames add करने पड़ते हैं, combs add करने पड़ते हैं, because there is formation of the more and more, there is correct collection of the more and more honey seen in this season. और एक और चीज कर सकते हैं, if the old queen is present, she should be replaced by the new queen, क्योंकि new queen जो है, she is going to produce more egg and it will work more satisfactorily. Next, we are going to talk about the summer management. In the summer management, the spring honey flow is followed by a summer. Okay, so summer एक तरीके का dirt period कहलाया जाता है. Unfavorable climatic condition where the temperature it increases. Okay, so during this period, honey को जो है वो extract किया जाता है from the comb. Okay, now because of this, now the hive it becomes broodless. इस duration में जो है, there are the decrease in the number of the workers due to which there is thinning of the workers. And यही एक problem नहीं है, there is also problem of the enemies. Okay, so honeybees के भी काफी ज़्यादा enemies हैं, like the greater wax moth है, lesser wax moth है, ant है, there are some wax beetle, there are birds also, there are mammals also, there are number of enemies of the honeybees. Okay, because of these problem, because of the activity of the enemies, now here जो queen है, she start to stop the production of the egg. So during this critical period, the beekeeper he should manage the colony so that the broodlessness it could be prevented, it could be avoided, and instead there should be the starting initiation of the rearing of the brood. And here this is how the maintaining of the strong colony by young vigorous queen and keeping the colony in the cool and shady places during the summer condition and in the protected places in the summer condition it is required. और भी कुछ माइक्रो क्लाइमेट ऑफ द कॉलोनी जो है रेगुलेट कर सकते हैं, लाइक वी शुड कीप वेट गनी बैग्स ओवर द टॉप कवर so that the cool air could enter into the beehive, sprinkle water on and around the colonies in the apiaries during the noon hours, and always keep clean and fresh water in the surrounding of the colony. And here inside the hive also you can keep, and the hive it should always be present near the shade of the tree so that high temperature could be avoided, and westerly hot winds during the summer it should be avoided. Okay, and entrance of the colony should be wide enough so that proper ventilation could be provided. So ये कुछ proper management है जो कि देना चाहिए. So इसी proper management को जो है हमने आगे summarize किया है, और कुछ precautions है which are to be kept. Okay, so the hive should not be kept more than half a mile away from the place from where the bees have to collect the nectar and pollen. मतलब जो भी आप hive रखोगे, okay, तो it should always be near the place where the flowers are present, where the pollens are present. ओके, और प्रॉपर वॉच रखना जरूरी है. ओके, इंस्पेक्शन करना जरूरी है व्हाट इज द एक्टिविटी ऑफ द हनी बीज. Next is strong colony can be developed by providing sugar syrup, okay, and also providing pollen as a substitute for the honeybees. Under adverse climatic condition, the hive it can be transferred from one place to the other for the protection of the bees, and combs can be protected from the enemies. So these were the some of the proper management of the beekeeping programs and precautions. And here this is how we do the management of the honeybees in the different seasons. So this is how the video ends, and thank you very much.